Hey, it's Austin here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up and use Apple's built-in password manager called Keychain. Keychain is great for saving and storing all of your passwords across all of your Apple devices, and the best part is that it's a free-to-use service. The ultimate goal of Apple's Keychain is to act as a free password manager, which locks and stores your passwords and login credentials within the Settings app. This is a great tool because it allows you to create and store longer and more complex passwords that you couldn't ever remember on your own. And you don't need to waste any more time manually entering in your passwords using your keyboard. So what I'm first going to do is show you how to turn on iCloud Keychain, which does give Keychain that ability to save passwords on one device and then have that same password be accessed on another one of your devices instantly, as long as it's connected to your same Apple ID. So we're going to go ahead and go into the Settings app. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and tap on Settings here. And from the home page of Settings, tap on your picture or your name, your initials, up at the very top of the home page. So I've tapped this. Okay, now the next page that opens up will have an iCloud setting. If you see iCloud, go ahead and tap that. You might be prompted to sign into iCloud here. I think I'm already signed in. Sometimes I get the pop-up to sign in, sometimes I don't. So go ahead and tap on iCloud here. And you won't see Keychain, but that's what we're looking for here in iCloud settings. You're going to need to scroll down until you see it. And it's got that key logo. Here it is right here. So go ahead and you'll see that it's actually on for me, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into here and show you how to turn this on. It's just one setting once we get into here, and I'll read the little disclosure for you. iCloud Keychain keeps the passwords and credit card information you save up to date on the devices you approve. Your information is encrypted and cannot be read by Apple. Okay, so now that we have ensured that Keychain is enabled in our iCloud settings, we can take a look at the password section within the Settings app and explore some of Keychain's features. So right down here, I'm going to go back into the Settings app. And you actually need to scroll down from the home page of Settings quite a bit until you see passwords. And it might be passwords and accounts if you have an older iOS that you're running. But for iOS 14 and later, it's just called passwords. Here I'm greeted with Touch ID. And this is just another security measure that someone would need to have, either your Touch ID, your biometrics, or Face ID, or they would need to know your device's passcode to get into this section and view all the accounts and usernames and passwords that you have stored here. Okay, so I'm going to gain access to this page using my thumbprint on the home button of my device. That's Touch ID. And now that I'm in here, there's Autofill passwords, which is a really great feature of Keychain. It allows every password and login information that you've saved in Keychain to be auto-filled onto a text field on a website or in an app. Keychain is really good at recognizing when you need to input a password, so instead of typing it in with your keyboard, you can use Keychain to copy and paste your passwords into those fields. And here you can see that iCloud Keychain is checked. I also have some third-party apps here that you can also use. I'll pick on Chrome. You can also add, if you have a Google Chrome browser, you can also add the passwords that are saved in there as an autofill option. You can turn on autofill for those. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on turn on autofill down here. And you also then need to either do Face ID or, for my device, Touch ID to confirm that setting. And now you'll see that there's a little blue check mark next to the Chrome setting and also on iCloud Keychain. It's also worth mentioning that you can only allow autofilling from 2 separate apps. You can't do 3 or more. So these are the 2 I'm going to pick. And then I'm going to hit the back button to go back 1 page. And I want to show off all the accounts and credentials. I have them blurred out for privacy purposes, but these are all the accounts that I've saved over the years in Keychain. So I have one account that I do want to show off, and that's the Santa Cruz Public Library account. You can see here that I can press and hold my finger on this account and I can copy my username or my password. I can delete it, I can send it to another device with AirDrop. But if I just tap on it, it'll take me deeper into the profile where it'll show off my username. I have my password blurred out here, but my password's right there as well. And it also shows the websites that this credential, this login is associated with down below. I can also change my password directly from the website. There's a link to do that. Keep in mind that it actually doesn't take you to the place in the website where you can change your password. It just takes you to that website. You're going to need to take the steps after it takes you there to then go change your password yourself. This is Keychain in action right here. This is where your keyboard normally would pop up, but there's a big blue button asking if I want to use this login, this saved login. So all I have to do is tap the blue button and use my Touch ID to autofill the password. It'll happen so fast you can barely see it, but it just input the username and the password into the field and signed me in. So now that I'm in my profile, I can change the login from there, and I'm going down to choose change password. I'm checking that. You then have to input your old password. You can't see my keyboard pop up, but I'm going to use the same saved password. You can see that it just instantly popped in there. And here is where you want to change to a new password. And you can see that iCloud Keychain is automatically suggesting a strong password here. And I can just go take their advice and choose strong password. And it's going to be a very random, complicated password that you or I could never remember. And if I just tap that, you'll see that it says strong password. It's kind of hidden for privacy purposes, but I can hit save. And then it asks if I want to update the password to this new password. So I had a saved password already, I showed you. Now I'm changing my password from the website, and I can just choose update password here. And now the password has been updated on the website and in Keychain. You can see here I'm back in the settings, and it shows a little green check mark and says account now using strong password. So that is really the great thing about Keychain. The new password's updated here. You just can't see it, it's blurred out. But that's a quick and dirty way to update your password with Keychain and with the website. So I think that's really great. I'm gonna double check and go to the library's website now from Safari and choose my account, and it's going to suggest that password again, suggest that login credential, and I'm going to use my Touch ID. It's going to input it, and voila, I'm in my account with the new password that I updated my account with. I'll try it one more time. Watch, you just tap that button once, put your thumb or your finger on the touchpad, and it autofills the information, and I'm in the account. So it is so much faster than typing in a really long password. I really highly recommend using password managers. So lastly, I do want to mention that Keychain in the password section of your device does give you the option of adding a login yourself from scratch. I don't recommend that you add existing logins because there is a user input error chance that can be made here. You would have to enter the exact website here, your exact username, and your exact password to create a new Keychain login. And keep in mind, if there's one spelling mistake in there, your saved Keychain login might not work when you're trying to log in to a specific website. So that's why I just go on Safari, or I go on Chrome here, or I go on another app. And as I'm just using my apps with Keychain on in the background, Keychain does start to recognize, remember, and ask if you want your successful login attempts stored within Keychain. So it's sort of the more you use Keychain in the background, the more you ask Keychain to store your passwords, the more helpful Keychain is for you. So to conclude, using Keychain with all of your Apple devices, or any password manager for that matter, is an overall wise decision to make, because not only is it an above average password manager in my opinion, It also removes the all too familiar habit a lot of us have of using our easily to remember but easily guessable passwords, such as our pet names, that we recycle across multiple accounts, which leaves them all more likely to be compromised. So I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and I hope that you learned something, but I also hope that you take advantage of a password manager, which will definitely help you improve the security and strength of your existing passwords and any passwords that you create in the future.